Hello dear children. So in the previous class we started a new chapter. So we were learning chapter 11 in social studies, that is our natural resources. So in this class you will be learning about the types of natural resources, and from that you will be learning exhaustible natural resources. Okay, so before beginning the class, let us just recall what all we have learned in the previous class. Okay, so in the previous class, you learned about gifts of nature. You also, gifts are actually the resources itself, and you learned the definition for resources. So what were resources? Resources are all the materials available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs. And you learned that there are two types of resources, that is the natural resource is the first category, and the second one is the man-made resource or the human-made resource. Okay, the natural resources are the resources that are present in the nature as such, or the all natural things are called natural resources. And human-made resources are the resources that are made by humans using these natural resources. Those are the resources made by man using the natural resources. So, in this class, let us learn about natural resources. That is, we are going to learn about the types of natural resource. We will be learning which are the types of natural resource. Okay, so let us learn that in this class. So types of natural resources. So children, natural resources, I told you that these are the natural things. All the natural things are called natural resources. Okay, natural resources can again be classified into two types. Okay, natural resources can again be classified into two types. The first one is the exhaustible resource. Exhaustible resources. And the second type is the inexhaustible resource. Okay, there are two types of natural resources, exhaustible resources and the inexhaustible resources. Okay, this exhaustible resources are resources that are present in or available in very limited quantity, and inexhaustible resources are resources that are available in many or in plenty. Okay, so first let us study about exhaustible resources. So in this class you will be learning about exhaustible resources. I will repeat once again, exhaustible resources are resources that are present in limited quantities or that are available in limited quantities, and inexhaustible resources are resources that are not in limited quantities but they are available in plenty. Okay, we can use it according to our will and it won't finish off easily. Okay, so let us study. At first we can study about the exhaustible resources and later on we can study about the inexhaustible resources. So first let us study about the exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources. Okay, exhaustible resources, as I said, it is present in our nature in very limited amounts or limited quantity. Okay, it is present in limited quantity. Limited quantity means in very less amount. So once we use up this exhaustible resources, once we use these resources up, there won't be any left. We cannot create any more of it. We cannot create any more of it. It is present in very limited amount or in less quantity. That's why it is called exhaustible. That means once if we use these resources, it will get used up easily or it will get completely over. Okay, we will completely use it up if we use it a lot. Okay, that's why it is said that exhaustible resources are resources that are available in limited quantities. Okay, limited means in very less amount. So, I will repeat again. So, once we use up or if it is getting over, we cannot create any more of it. We cannot create any more of it. And one more thing, these exhaustible resources will take a lot of time if we have to create it again. That means it will take millions of years for its formation. And exhaustible resources are also called non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources. Okay, exhaustible resources are also called non-renewable resources. That means we cannot produce new of it. You cannot produce any more of it. You cannot create any more of it. That is the meaning of non-renewable. We cannot make a new thing or new resource of it. Okay, it will take millions of years. That's why it is called non-renewable resources. Example for exhaustible resources are, examples that you have to study is, first one you have to study is metal. The metals are an example of exhaustible resource. Then the other one is fuel. Okay, the fuels and the metals. It will take a lot of time for its formation, and all these fuels and metals are present in limited amounts or very less quantity. That means once man use it, what happens if we use it? It cannot be replenished. It will get depleted. That means it will be completely finished. Okay, that's why it is called exhaustible. And examples of, you have to study the names of certain metals. I told that metals and fuels are examples of exhaustible resources. You also have to study some examples of metals. Okay, examples of metals are aluminium, then iron, then copper. These are the examples of metals. Then fuels, you mainly have to study coal, petroleum and natural gas. Okay, these are the examples for fuels. Here I have shown the picture of natural gas, the cooking gas that you use. Okay, it is a type of natural gas. Okay, then coal. This is the picture of coal and oil. Oil, I meant petroleum. Okay. So let us learn about coal and petroleum. Okay, these are examples of exhaustible resources. Okay, that means the non-renewable resources. So first let us study about the example coal. Okay, coal. This coal is actually a major source of power. Here I have shown the picture of coal. See, it is a major source of power. Okay, this coal can be used for many things. In India, we have coal reserves, but it is present in limited amounts. Reserve means it is something that we have kept already, you have accumulated it so that we can use it in future. But it is in limited amounts. If we use a lot of it, it will get completed or it will get over, it will get depleted. So first let us learn about coal. Coal can be called as the major source of power. Okay, and this coal has many uses. Okay, coal is used for cooking. It is used to cook. Okay, it is used to heat. Coal is also used to generate electricity. Okay, it is also used to generate electricity. By burning coal, the energy is used to generate electricity. Then it is also used to generate electricity. Then it is used to run steam engines and factories. These are the uses of coal. Okay, it is used to cook, to produce or to generate heat, to generate electricity, to run steam engines and also to run factories. You have studied in the chapter Transport and Communication about the steam engines, the train that were run using the steam engines, and I told you at that time when I was taking that chapter, I told you that in steam engines usually they will use the coal. Okay, they will use this coal to generate the heat and thereby that steam engines are run. Okay, so what are the uses of coal as a fuel? It is a major source of power and it is used to cook, to heat, to generate electricity, to run steam engines and also to run factories. Okay, that is the use of coal. It is one example for fuel. Okay, an exhaustible resource. This is one example. Then next you have to study, another example that you have to study is the petroleum. Okay, petroleum is known as black gold. Okay, it is known as black gold. Okay, before refining it, it is actually in thick black color, and once we refine it, we will get many products from this petroleum. It is called as black gold. Okay, and when you refine this petroleum, so please children see that you underline this term in your textbook. Petroleum is known as black gold. And once you refine this petrol, okay, once you refine this petroleum is refined to get petrol and diesel. Okay, petroleum is refined to get petrol and diesel. You know what all are the uses of petrol and diesel. I think everybody knows that these petrol and diesel is used to run vehicles, isn't it? It is used as a fuel in vehicles to run scooters, cars, ship, aeroplanes. All these are run using this petrol and diesel. Okay, so these are the, so how will we get petrol and diesel? By refining the petroleum. Okay, and in India, the amount of petroleum reserve is actually limited. That means for future, we have only in limited amounts. So you have to use these petroleum products very wisely. You have to use it wisely. Okay, so children, I will explain once more. So in this class, you have learned about the Natural resource, types of natural resource. You learned that the natural resources are of two types, and in this class you learned about exhaustible resource. Exhaustible resource means the resource that is present in resources that are present in limited amount, and inexhaustible resources means resources that are available in plenty, or it is not getting over as that of the exhaustible ones. And you learned about the exhaustible resource. Okay, exhaustible resource means it is present in limited quantity, and it is also known as non-renewable resources. That is, once it is over, we cannot create any more of it. It will get used up. Nothing will be left once we use all of it. So you have to use these exhaustible resources wisely. An example for these exhaustible resources are metals and fuels. Please underline these points, whatever I have written on the board. See that you underline it in your textbook. Okay, and examples for metals are aluminum, iron and copper. Please underline those points. Then examples for fuels are coal, petroleum and the natural gas. Okay, then you learned about coal. Okay, coal is actually a major source of power. It is used to cook, to generate heat, to generate electricity, to run steam engines and also to run factories. Okay, and the next example that you studied is petroleum. Petroleum is actually known as black gold. Please underline these points. And it is refined to produce petrol and diesel. Petrol and diesel are used to run vehicles. It is used as fuel in vehicles. So children, I hope that this section is clear. So thank you children.